stage. You ought to hear what I'm saying. Success is a plan that takes years in the making. When nobody did, I believed. Had to let go of things I did not need. Cut off some friends in the process. What could I say? I could no longer carry the dead weight. Get off your ass, there's lots you can do. You wanna learn something and watch how I move, but they don't wanna do shit. They wanna be spoon-fed like a little baby. That shit is crazy, boy. Change up your mindset. I get 3 days worth of work done in just one. 727 mindset is the hustle for us. You get it?
Hey, I'm Alex Corona.
And I'm Jamie Burke.
And this is 727 Podcast. And today we're coming at you from Bar Harbor, Maine.
Beautiful here. Today we're going to talk about our trip, how we love to travel. People ask us all the time, how do you do it? How do you own a business, live together, have a business together, and not choke the shit out of each other? So yeah, we do that, but choking the shit out of each other can only happen for a very, very limited amount of time. And another thing that I've learned from this guy right here from the last 20-something years I've been around him is that he knows, one, how to live, and then two, how to squeeze every freaking second out of life. Most importantly, today we had to move our campsite over, so we had to hook up the hitch and then unhook it, or hook up the hitch, hook up the trailer, move our campsite, and then unhook everything once again. And this man told me to press a button. Okay. And he's like, he didn't say, don't let go of the button. So when he asked me for something that I had to let go of the button for, I went down and grabbed it. He's like, you're not supposed to let go of the button. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking it's something like mechanical. Like I shouldn't have let go of the button. But his reasoning for me not letting go of the button is because that wastes time. Now, this could have been a half of a millisecond. However, the point being is this is if you want to find out from anyone in this world on how to maximize the amount of seconds, hours, minutes in a day, Alex Corona is who it is. He actually sometimes he doesn't have a conception of time because he thinks he could fit so much in a small amount of time that sometimes we have to like really back up the schedule and back up the time. But time is everything because we never know how much time we have left. So
Okay, see that out there? Amazing. Even during our podcast, we got to squeeze every second out of our day, like Jamie said.
We're working, we're podcasting, we're hanging out with the kids, we're looking at scenery. Like there's so many different things that happen. It's definitely very chaotic.
But you got to be okay with all of it.
Yes.
Everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be all good. And all you got to do is keep on moving, keep the faith. We take this trip with no plans. We just know that we're heading a certain way, and we try to find things all along the way to do, all the way back, on the way home to do, places to eat, campsites. We don't want to make plans because every day is different. Sometimes we're driving 2 hours, sometimes we're driving 10 hours.
You never know if there's traffic or if you get lost or who knows. There's just so many things that could pop up. But we don't deviate from things that we have an obligation to. We do have our meetings every day with our team members, and we make sure that we're constantly checking in on things because even though we're grateful enough to have a team to help us with stuff, there are things that we need to do to still move the needle as far as the business. So we are responding to clients, having conversations with clients, literally outside the back of our trailer off of an ocean, which is amazing. We're so lucky to be able to do that, but we're constantly trying to trying to make sure that we're having we're making sure that we're having fun, but also being very productive because the work does not stop. And in order to get to the next level of where we need to be, success never sleeps. So we have to make sure that we're constantly thinking, what is our next move? So we're working, we take the work with us.
Just like Jamie was saying, I don't want her to waste 1 second. It's all of it compounds. So second here, minute there, 10 minutes here, you're able to use that to live more life. So, that's what this podcast is all about. 727. When I came up with that concept, I was like, it's how to work 3 days in one. You could literally work 3 days while everybody else is putting in 1 day of work. You're getting light years ahead. So you're putting 3 days worth of work in 1 day. They work 1 year, you worked 3 years, sometimes even more, because some of these people aren't even productive the 8 hours that they're there. So if you can literally have every second accounted for, all I want to do is fill up my calendar, and the second I don't have something, I want to fill it in with something, and always have something to do. So that way it keeps me moving, keeps me motivated, keeps me knowing that there's always this target I have to get to, and keeps me going in the right direction.
I kind of think about it like time and money, same type of thing. Like, okay, if I lose $5 here, $3 there, $2 here, but you lose enough, $2, $3, $5, that shit adds up. Same thing with time. So you use 5 minutes here. People take time for granted, I think, a lot. And I feel like that people get to a point in their lives where they're older and they're like, oh, I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda type of thing. So that's why the time is always got to be now. And then also try to find strategic ways to maximize it as much as possible. You know, waking up earlier, getting yourself on a schedule. That's been a struggle of mine, even at my young 43 years old of age. I'm like, man, I'm still trying to get myself time blocking and on schedules and things like this. This seems like a very fundamental thing to do, but you know, every little 5 minutes that you lose here and there, that stuff adds up. So you want to make sure that you try to maximize it as much as possible to be as productive as possible and enjoy your day.
Just like right now, right? Our service isn't doing too well. So we were on a huddle with our team, and instead of wasting these 10 minutes just driving to where we're going, we figured, hey, let's turn on the camera, film a quick podcast, so that way we can talk about this awesome trip that we just went on. We're not even home yet from, but you know, we have been to so many different states, seen so many skylines, did so many things, so many monuments, so many cool places that have been in movies. You know, our first stop was Cleveland. It's a little sleepy town. There wasn't too much going on there, but you know, we got some good food and hot-tailed it out of there. And the next one was, what was it, Baltimore?
Pittsburgh,
yeah, Pittsburgh.
DC, lots before Baltimore.
Pittsburgh was off the chain, dude. There was a lot going on in Pittsburgh.
When Pittsburgh knows all about marketing, everything in that town is yellow. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful city, but everything in that town is yellow. Like their bridges, I think their garbage cans, like everything was yellow. You said that their sports teams are all the same color, right? And they say with like branding and marketing and things like that, you just have to see consistency. I'll never forget Pittsburgh and their yellow.
Definitely. I saw, it was like they have yellow fire hydrants, yellow railings, yellow bridges, yellow everything. And then I just got thinking right now while Jamie said that, I'm like, you know, I was like, do they got a hockey team? Yeah, they got the Pittsburgh Penguins. And what color are they? Black and yellow.
Oh.
You know, the Steelers, black and yellow. The Pittsburgh Pirates, black and yellow. You know, I'm sure I'm missing other teams, but that just goes to show you, you know, their branding was on point, yellow everywhere. And then after we went to Pittsburgh, everything that I've seen with a picture of Pittsburgh or come visit Pittsburgh has a yellow bridge in there. So they're doing a great job.
Where else do we do?
Where do we go after that?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Man, if you have not been there, definitely got to visit our nation's capital. First time I ever been there. There was so much to see, so many people everywhere. Busy. If I had to say one thing about Washington, D.C., it is busy. How we found a parking space right in the mix, I couldn't even believe it. We had a camper attached to us, and how the hell we found it, even the police, good Lord had it waiting for us. So
we maximize our time on our trips by night driving. You got to drive when the rest of the world is sleeping. And I have to say, the truck drivers, the people that drive the semis, they're the most courteous drivers on the road. Of course, are there things that you got to watch out for? Yes, absolutely. But if you're ever driving and you see semi, you know, get into the left lane and then get right back in the right lane, it's because somebody was pulled over to the side of the road with trouble, whether they have flat tire or anything, but they know safety first, you know. So I'd like to drive at night. We actually leave at night when we go, but that's how we maximize our time as far as our road trips. We cover a lot of states in a short amount of time because we night drive. We're okay with that.
Yeah, it's better to enjoy the places during the day because the traffic is rough. We're in this little town right now, and
this is crazy, the traffic right here.
1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's
people everywhere.
Shoulder to shoulder. So
which is okay during the day, but traveling, you want to.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yep, you want to get to where you got to go fast, especially hauling a 33-foot camper. But definitely, you know, go check out Washington, D.C. What was one of the
Maryland,
cool things
Ocean
in
City,
Washington,
Jersey
D.C.
Shore,
that we went to?
Washington, D.C. The buildings are just they have the buildings that make the money. You could actually tour a building there that when you walk in, they give you $100 bill, and then by the time you leave, they shred it right in front of you. I was like, that's pretty crazy. But it's like they have, there's clearly guidelines and things like that. You can't just print money and take it with you. But I think that's pretty cool.
But yeah, we saw where they print money, bro. So yeah, all kind of cool things. Lincoln's Memorial, Washington Monument. The Washington Monument,
the theater that Lincoln got shot at.
Just crazy. Right? Yeah. I think it was called the Ford Theater.
Yeah,
I can recall. Betsy Ross's house.
The lady who made the American flag, right?
Was that in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was somewhere else. I forgot. We got them all mixed up, but Philadelphia. I think she lived in Philadelphia. Yeah, there was a lot of cool things. After that was, I think like right before that was Baltimore. Baltimore was okay. We kind of went, it was kind of late already. Then Washington, D.C. Then
there's a couple of boardwalks that we went to. The kids really liked that. It's like a big carnival. So it's Ocean City in Maryland, and then the Jersey Shore. We had to go to the Jersey Shore, of course.
So yeah, the boardwalks was really cool. We went to Ocean City. I'd never heard of it, so we went to my friend's acquisitions event about real estate out in Maryland. And after that, he told us about it. He's like, "Hey, have you ever been to Ocean City?" No, it was Ocean City.
Yeah, so if you need to learn about investments, tune into his podcast, Brandon's Beast.
Definitely. What's the name of the podcast?
Wake Up to Wealth.
Wake Up to Wealth. That's it.
Yeah, he's amazing. That's why we drove all that way to go and see him. His podcast is one of the number ones out there right now. So if you're looking to get into any investments or things like that, he's like the brainiac with that stuff. They
call Mailbox Brandon.
Mailbox money is what he gets.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we went out to Ocean City. I got boogie boards and we literally rode some waves. It was awesome. Water was cold as shit, but it was okay. We got over it. That was one of the places we actually spent a couple days at because we liked it so much. After that, we went to, I think,
Jersey.
Was it Jersey after that?
Drove through, yeah, I think so.
So we went to the Jersey Shore with the Jersey Shore house with the MTV Jersey Shore. We were hoping to see the situation, but he wasn't home. And we went to the boardwalk where they worked at. The house was literally connected to the t-shirt shop that they worked at. You walk right through the store, walk out the back of the store, and you're in the house. You're in the backyard of it. It was pretty cool. Jamie got to sit and take some pictures with the duck phone, as well as me and a couple of the kids. So it was pretty surreal being in that house. It was a lot bigger on TV. It's not that big. It's like a normal house. And we hit up that boardwalk. There was a lot going on. They got a lot of rides. I mean, they got every ride you could ever imagine at these places. The kids had a blast. I had a blast. A lot of street performers, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of talent out there. A lot of engineering, man. I've seen some crazy engineering, bridges and just all kinds of feats of people that overcome all these crazy things that these tunnels and it doesn't matter if there's a mountain or I think there's a tunnel in that mountain over there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We have made it through this. The roads on the highways. You could see trees on both sides, mountains on both sides. These guys had a blast through all of that to create these streets. It's just amazing what has been done to, so everyone could be intertwined in all these interstates and all these highways. It's amazing how you can get to, one place to another in a few days. I'll be back home in my driveway. Like it just never happened. Just crazy. So
we drove up through Rhode Island or Boston. I can't remember.
We went to New York, bro.
Oh,
New York was so
Hello.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah, New York, we stayed there actually. Which is cool. But I was surprised to get our RV campground as close as we did. It was literally within 2 miles of the Statue of Liberty. But what was funny about it is like literally a parking lot. So typically when you think of a campground, you think of like, oh, there's like parks and pools and things like that. But no, this is like a parking lot. But we are so close to the city. It worked out perfectly. We stayed there. We were able to take the ferry over to the Statue of Liberty and then seen all of the things with 9/11. And it just was it was very, very,
like Jamie said, it was a parking lot, literally a parking lot. They turned it into a campground and it was just all blacktop and you get to plug in just your power and water. They don't even have, sewage. And
for New York having 4 times the amount of people than the city of Chicago, it did not seem that intense. So we actually Googled the population. Chicago's about 2 million and New York City is about 8, which is crazy, but
a lot going on, man. New York definitely is one of my favorite places that I visited. There's so much going on. There's people everywhere, and Times Square is like something I've never been in before. It looks pretty cool on TV, but man, this thing extends for blocks and blocks and blocks. I thought it was like one corner. No, it's like blocks of.
Should I just go straight?
Screens and just madness going on. People everywhere. I brought these scooters that are my kids' scooters that, we've been riding around, and we're literally riding through Times Square with our scooters, and all these towns, every downtown, we're riding around checking everything out. But it's just so surreal. I almost felt like I was a minion or something driving through there on my scooter, and literally minions all over the place. There's promoting, what is it called? Part 4, Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. Oh yeah.
And people everywhere. It's just complete madness. Street food everywhere. So much fun. I mean, that's all I can tell you about New York. So much fun. So much to see. The Statue of Liberty is like the most beautiful thing you could ever see. What was it called? World Trade Center 1.
Observatory.
Unreal. I mean, we got to watch the sunset from the observatory, and man, you want to talk about, it was such a clear day, such a beautiful night, so much lights. I've never seen such a big downtown in my life. I used to think that Chicago had a serious skyline. It's like this big compared to New York's. After that, we did drive through Connecticut. We went through New Haven, Connecticut. They had some really good pizza. We stopped there. I guess they're really known for pizza. After that, we went through Rhode Island and New Hampshire. We stopped in Providence, Rhode Island. We got there pretty late. It was kind of a crazy night. There was some crazy shit going on there. There was some fights we saw.
Can I fit in here?
And so Jamie didn't really want to stay there too long, so we got the hell out of there and drove through the night, tried to get as close as we could to our spot that we're at now here in Bar Harbor. As you see, this parking is not too much going on out here. Yeah, so we're having a tough time finding parking. Jamie's really concentrated. Ain't got nothing to say. But yeah, if you guys are looking to do a trip like this, if you've never done one, definitely got to do a little planning. But if not, just go. You'll be surprised how many cool things there is to do out on the street everywhere, and how much more things you're going to be able to do, because this time you drove, you're going to have your car with you, and you're not paying Uber or any of that stuff. I got a few tips for you guys. If you guys could take a scooter with you, definitely do that. Yeah, the
scooter. We talked about that.
Bring an empty gas can. On this trip, we actually ran out of gas. I wasn't really worried. We handle big dumbass problems like this. Is running out of gas. That was like nothing. So we just called roadside assistance. They were there within like 30 minutes. We ended up having a picnic in right next to the highway. So to us, a lot of things aren't that big of a deal. But, bring a gas can, bring some extra tools that you're going to need, maybe pliers.
Make a list so you could check your items off what you're bringing so you don't forget.
Yep. So I got a checklist that I made, and that thing works like a charm. I could pack so fast because I got this checklist, and I'm not wondering, did I forget? Did I bring it? I still forget shit. Even when I come, I forget other stuff. I need to add more things to my list. But for the most part, it does work wonders. I also got a flat tire. I was at the campsite, and I got out of the camper and I noticed my tire was low. I bring a compressor that I could hook up to my battery. I bring some plugs so I could plug my tires. So, there is things you should be bringing with that are going to help you save time. You know, if somebody got that flat tire and they were going to have to find a place, get their tire fixed, go through all the shit it would take, or have to take the tire off, put the spare on. I mean, all that stuff takes hours. And I literally fixed it within like 10 minutes from seeing it to getting the air back in there and everything being plugged up and ready to go. Is there anything else, James? Any must-haves that you think that people need to bring besides their soaps so they can wash their ass and all their toiletries and clothes?
Batteries, flashlights, scissors. Those are the ones I think of.
Yeah, all your pots and pans. Another thing that we bring, yes, I love to grill. There's no doubt about it. I love grilling. I love, the smell of charcoal, and I even put some wood chips. I have different flavored, love to grill, but it's time consuming. The shit takes forever. And a lot of times it takes forever to light. And we brought an air fryer. An air fryer so quick. Like, I literally can cook the shit out of some meat, cook whatever I need right in that air fryer within minutes, and no mess. Everything is contained. I can clean it up, get back, on the road doing whatever I need to be doing. And we literally cook everything in this thing. We got a stove with us, a microwave, but that air fryer, that's legit. That's the thing we use all the time. What Jamie's trying to tell you is, if you could bring Alex with you to do every fucking thing, that would be exactly what you need to do. Because to me, it's just another day in the life of a boss, baby. Just try to do your best at everything you do, and that's all I do. So that's why Jamie gets to reap the benefits. So this is Alex Corona. You guys ever looking to travel, feel free to hit us up. You're looking to do a road trip or anything like this, it does take a toll on you. It is a lot of work. We hit up 12 states, 14 states in, I don't even know, 7 days or something like that. I mean, it was a lot of driving, a lot of work, but totally worth it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Again, I'm Alex Corona.
And I'm Jamie Bergs.
And next time she won't be as concentrated.
This is crazy.
And this is the 727 podcast. We need to teach Jamie how to park 3 cars in one.
Oh my God.
Y'all have a good one.
I'ma need you all to hear what I'm saying. Success is a plan that takes years in the making. When nobody did, I believe. Had to let go of things I did not need. Cut off some friends in the process. What could I say? I could no longer carry the dead weight. Get off your